Hey everyone, me again, and I've tried filming this kind of like multiple times and it just wasn't feeling right, so I am trying again. It is Friday, December 20th, and I took off work today back when I bought my tickets to see The Rise of Skywalker, which I saw last night, and I had taken off today so that I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, being out late and waking up at 3 in the morning, and I wish I could say I had a really good writing week, but I have had the worst writing week. I have had no luck with this story. So this is going to be kind of like a little update video, me talking about where I am writing-wise right now. There'll be like some personal updates too, because I just love to talk, but I'll keep the writing stuff to the beginning of the video, so you know, if you don't want to see the personal crap, you don't have to. I like to track my words in my planner, so let me open that up so I can detail the atrocious work I didn't get done this week. But first I will say that last week was great for me. I was rolling, I really liked what I was writing. I was excited to get to where I needed to be, and I wrote a ton of words last week, and even on Tuesday I was able to get over 5,000 words just in one day. And the rest of the week I averaged about 1,000 words or more, usually more, and my total word count for like the week, just Monday to Sunday, was 14,646, and it felt amazing, and I made really good progress with my story. I was just so excited, and at the beginning of this week I do weekly to-do lists, and the very first thing I put on my to-do list was Finished Heartlines, because it really felt like I was there, like I was gonna do it any minute basically. And then this week started, and yeah, it's not a good week. I haven't cracked 1,000 words at all any day this week. On Tuesday I wrote absolutely 0 words. Wednesday was my best day with 719 words, which for me is bad. I know for a lot of people it might not be like seem that bad, and a lot of people will say, oh well, at least you wrote, but it's just seeing my numbers this week is really depressing, and I think it's a combination of things. I think I'm feeling very fatigued with 2019. You know, it's the end of December, and not only, you know, it's Christmas coming up, and I do celebrate Christmas, but my dad's birthday was yesterday, my brother's birthday is Sunday, and I have Christmas next Wednesday. Things have been kind of hectic, and I've had to squeeze in a bunch of doctor's appointments, and it's just been crazy, and I've been like stressing over gifts and dealing with work, which my job is kind of draining, and I can't stand it. I like the people I work with, but I can't stand the job. So it's like all of that, plus the problems I actually have with Heartlines. Because when I first started Heartlines, I did have a plan of how I wanted to end it, but as I finally got to where I am now, which I'm in beat 14 of 15, the finale, so I know I'm really close. But now that I'm here, I've learned that the initial plan that I had is not going to work at all. It's not realistic, it isn't in character, and it's not gonna work. So then I was outlining a new ending, and I was like, you know, it kind of sucks, but I think I can work with this. I just want to finish this zero draft and move on. But now that I'm actually here, it's embarrassing. Like, I look at it and I'm like, this is awful, this is garbage, like, I don't even want to read it, why would anyone else? Regardless of the fact that it's a zero draft, you know, like, I understand books can be changed while you're writing them, but it's just hard to wrap my head around because it makes me feel so anxious and uncomfortable reading it, which really sucks because, like I said, this whole story, I've loved every minute of it, I've had a blast, and it's just this ending is just really driving me nuts. This ending is like breathing down my neck, and it's like this dark cloud hanging over me for no reason. It's self-inflicted, but I just can't do it. Like, I've been afraid to open my document. I have pretty much left my laptop closed for the majority of this week. I just don't I don't want to do it, and it's like I'm scared to do it. In Stephen King's novel, Bag of Bones, it's about a writer, as a lot of his stuff is, and from what I remember, it's been a while since I read it, but this writer is suffering from a particularly bad case of writer's block, and it's described as almost a phobia, and it's like every time he sits at the computer to write, he feels like he's choking or something, and it's like whenever I'm struggling with my writing, I think back to that scene, and like I said, I'm probably not remembering it with perfect clarity, but it's always what I think of because sometimes I feel like that. I feel like something is pressing down on me the more and more I try to write, and I ultimately just give up. So it's been really rough for me trying to finish this story. There's a part of me that's like, okay, so you don't have to finish this story. You can come back to it. You know, I really wanted to start my read-through of Stoneborn, which is the third in my Gargoyles of Craven trilogy, which, you know, if you're interested, book 1 and 2 are out now, but I have the first draft of that done, and I really wanted to start my read-through of that before 2020 just to get kind of a head start on it, and I can't do that while I'm in my Heartlines mindset because I'm not the kind of person that can work on multiple projects at once. I really wish I was, but I'm not. Like, it's like my brain is too small to handle the information. It's like I can only have one universe in my mind at once, or else I start to forget things, or I remember them wrong, or I confuse my characters, my voices, and all of that. So my goal was to finish Heartlines midway through December and start on my read-through, and that is not happening. That is not even close to happening now, and it's just disappointing. And like I said, there's a part of me that's like, alright, you can just come back to Heartlines, like, you know, set it aside, take a break, start your read-through of Stoneborn. It'll be fine. But the thing is, it won't be fine, because my biggest problem writing has always been finishing my projects. I always start really strong, and then I always lose steam a little bit in the middle towards the end, and I give up. And it actually happened with Project City Lights this year, my camp project in July. I love that story. I want to go back to it. I had just gotten to the good part when camp ended, and I kept promising myself, okay, you'll go back to it, you'll finish it, like you just want to take a little break. And I have not touched it. I have not opened the document on my computer. I have not opened my journal with all my outlining. I haven't done it, and I don't know if it's a lack of wanting to, or if it's that same kind of fear that I'm gonna look at it and it's gonna make me anxious and just not interested in hurting myself by working on it. But, you know, I regret not finishing it. I should have just stuck it out and worked on it until it was done, and then I would have that as a zero draft that I could possibly work on next year to improve. But now I just have an unfinished story. It's like, you know, my millionth unfinished story. If I was a dragon, my horde would just be unfinished manuscripts, and that's not something to be proud of. So it's like, I'm really struggling. I know I could set Heartlines aside. I know like any other writer could set it aside and come back to it and finish it on their own time. But I can't do that, and it sucks, and I hate it. And I hate it so much because I just want to be done with this story. The more time I spend struggling, the worse I feel about it. So yeah, that's where I'm at writing-wise right now. It's not fun. It's not fun at all, and I was hoping with my day off today that I would get some work done, and I did, kind of. I have written 1,893 words today, which is good because that is my very best day this week, clearly. But also, unfortunately, I've reached the end of my outline again because I only had outlined a little bit because I'm still very confused about this ending, so I only outlined a little bit and now I'm out of outline again. And it's a lot. It is a lot, and I'm angry. I'm always angry. That's just a personality trait, but I'm especially angry right now. So yeah, that is the writing update. I'm going to spend the rest of my day outlining, probably. I feel like I've gotten a good amount of words to where I don't feel guilty if I don't get any more, if that makes sense. So I'm going to spend the rest of my day outlining. I'm expecting a package today which has like the rest of my boyfriend's Christmas presents in it. So I want to get that wrapped hopefully before he gets home from work. But other than that, I don't really have any plans today. I have plans tomorrow, but it's tomorrow evening. My brother's having like a little birthday thing at this dive bar we used to hang out at a lot. So I'm going to do that tomorrow night, but tomorrow morning I don't have any plans, so hopefully I can get a lot of writing done then too. And yeah, so that's my writing update. As far as personal updates go, as stressed as I have been, I'm actually really excited for Christmas because I got a lot of super awesome presents for people. Please excuse the mess. And look at him, my little baby, with his little paws tucked. That long piece of wrapping paper that he's laying on right now, we had to give that to him because, you know, you can't wrap gifts and not give your cat some paper to try and distract them from laying on the paper you're using. And one last thing before I go, I did say this would be a personal update. So we went and we saw The Rise of Skywalker last night, and it wasn't perfect, and they really dropped the ball on characters and a few things that Rian Johnson introduced in The Last Jedi. Most notably Rose Tico and the friggin' abysmal way they handled her character in this new one. And there were other things that made me want to scream at the screen in rage. I was cringing at one part, you know. I had a lot of things that I wasn't happy with, but ultimately I still enjoyed it. And it really sucks because it's like I came out of The Last Jedi and I loved it, and I went online to try and find like-minded people, and all I could find were people tearing it apart and, you know, basically calling you stupid if you liked it. And I came out of this one and I really had enjoyed it, and so I went online hoping to find like-minded people, and all I found are people tearing it apart and calling you stupid if you like it. And so I think I've just decided I'm just going to exist as a solitary Star Wars fan. I'm not gonna look for a fandom. I'm just going to enjoy it by myself because that seems like the only option I have right now. I don't know. I liked it. I think it was a good send-off for Carrie Fisher. I'm probably biased simply because of Carrie Fisher and Leia and how much both the actress and the character mean to me. So I could be just really biased in that I think the way they handled her character was great. So maybe that colored the whole movie for me and made me a lot less harsh. But I enjoyed it. The music was beautiful. The visuals were great, and I think the actors did really good with the script that they had. It was rushed. They tried to cram a lot into it, but I don't know. It was enjoyable. I just don't know why so many people have so many high expectations for Star Wars. But yeah, so that was a lot of rambling. I don't know how much of that I am going to cut out, but I think I'm gonna just keep this as a one-off vlog. I've accomplished what I set out to do, and that is get at least 1,000 words written today. And I have reached the end of my outline, so that needs to be worked on before I can do anything else, really. So I'm just going to wrap up this video right here, and I'm sorry it was kind of just a talking video where I didn't do anything. I just wanted to give you all a comprehensive update, I guess. So after I finish Heartlines, I will try to film more when I'm feeling more in the spirit of writing, I guess, because at this point I'm just really out of it. But yeah, so if you liked this video, a thumbs up would be cool, but I totally understand if you don't want to leave one. And comment down below. You can tell me anything, just please don't yell at me about how much you hated Star Wars because I really liked it. But so yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching.